Introduction, a call to break the usual way. Do you really want to get rich? Do you truly want to build a life where money isn't a problem anymore but a tool to help you live freely? Then I need to tell you the truth right away. You won't get there by doing what most people do. A 2023 report says 37% of Americans can't pay for a $400 emergency without borrowing or selling something. This shows how many people are stuck in a tough money situation. They wake up early, go to work, pay bills, complain about life, and do it all over again the next day. They hope for a raise, a lucky break, or money from family, but most die saying they tried, but never really understood how money works. But you're not here to be like them, are you? If you're reading this, it's because part of you wants to change. You want freedom, safety, and control over your life. Today, I'm sharing the 10 most powerful steps to make that happen. Simple steps that most people ignore, but they changed my life and can change yours too. Before we start, do this. Subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and comment below if you're ready to begin your journey to financial freedom. What you're about to learn could be the big change you've been waiting for, just like it was for Sarah, a single mom who went from barely getting by to owning 3 rental properties in just 5 years. Step 1. Change how you think. Where you are today comes from what you've learned, or didn't learn. When I was a kid, my dad would say, work hard, get good grades, and find a safe job. For a long time, I believed that was the way, because everyone said so. But deep down, something felt wrong. And it was. That path only gave me a paycheck that barely lasted the month, a life with no extra money, no free time, and no peace. Then I met my friend's dad, a simple man without a college degree, but with a totally different way of thinking. He talked about investing money, building things that make money, and making money work for him. He wasn't tied to a schedule. He was free. That meeting lit a fire in me. I realized the big difference between people who chase money and people who make money work for them isn't luck or family. It's how they think. A psychologist named Carol Dweck found that people who believe they can learn and grow, called a growth mindset, do much better than those who think they can't change. A growth mindset means believing you can improve, not that you're stuck with what you have. Take Jim, who used to think only lucky people get rich. After changing his thinking, he learned about investing, started with small amounts, and grew his money to over $500,000 in 10 years. That's the change I'm offering you, a new way to think, act, and build. Maybe no one taught you this before, but if you listen carefully, practice with focus, and follow these steps, this could be the last time you feel stuck in your old life. Let's start. Step 2. Break the cycle of not having enough. You don't have to live like your dad did. Maybe you grew up hearing, money doesn't grow on trees, or saw your dad work hard every day, leaving early, coming home tired, but still struggling to pay the bills. Maybe you learned without knowing it that life is about hard work, giving things up, and never having enough. But here's the plain truth. You don't have to live that way. Your dad may have done his best with what he knew, but you're here now with access to more. That makes you the key to breaking the cycle of not having enough. A study by the Pew Research Center says that 70% of what we inherit isn't money or things, but beliefs and habits, often ones that hold us back about work, money, and what we deserve. If you don't change these, they keep you stuck for years. Nelson Mandela said, "I never lose. I either win or learn." You have the power to write a new story, to change your family's future, to create a new way of thinking about money, even if no one showed you how. It starts with one choice. I won't do what doesn't work. This isn't about rebelling. It's about being smart, looking back with thanks, but forward with responsibility. The money life you want is waiting for someone brave enough to break the pattern. Be that person. Step 3. Learn about money outside of school. School teaches you to follow rules, not to get rich. From a young age, we're told to raise our hand to speak, say what the teacher wants, memorize facts, follow the pattern, pass the test, get a grade, finish school, and get a job. That's the system. But let's be real. That system wasn't made to make you rich. It makes you good at following orders and working for someone else, but it doesn't teach you about money. Things like assets, what you own, liabilities, what you owe, how interest grows over time, or how to think like a business owner. It doesn't teach you to sell, make deals, lead, or take smart risks. Most importantly, it doesn't teach you to think for yourself. You could spend 20 years in school and still not know how to build financial freedom. The real teachers of wealth are outside school. In books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, podcasts like The Dave Ramsey Show, or the lessons you learn from your own mistakes. School is useful. It gives you a base. But if you want more than an average life, you need to learn more. Look for knowledge that helps you in real life. Learn about money like you learn to breathe. Study how rich people act, use their tools, and see the world like they do. Learning about money is the school of freedom, and you're already signed up. Step 4. Don't depend only on a paycheck. Learn to sell. Depending only on a paycheck keeps you stuck. From when we're young, we're told to get a job, that the right thing is to work hard, stay loyal, listen to the boss, get paid, and be thankful. Yes, working is good, but it won't make you rich. The problem with only earning a paycheck is simple. You trade your time for money and time runs out. If you stop working, the money stops. If you get sick, it's gone. If you lose your job, you lose everything. Here's what rich people do differently. They sell. They sell ideas, products, services, or solutions. They learn to make money, not just get it. Selling isn't about being pushy. It's about understanding what people need and giving it to them honestly. It's learning skills no one taught you, like how to talk to people, convince them, listen well, and plan. Look at Sarah Blakely, who started with $5,000 and built Spanx, a company worth billions, by learning to sell and meet what customers wanted. When you're good at selling, you create money that doesn't depend on a boss. You control it, grow it, and make it bigger. Start small. Sell a service, a product, or something you know. It doesn't matter what. What matters is that selling gives you power. If it scares you, know this. That fear is what's keeping you from freedom. People like Steve Jobs, who sold Apple's big idea, never needed a fixed paycheck again. If you want freedom, start selling, because those who learn to sell, learn to win. Step 5, find a strong reason why. Find a reason stronger than any excuse. Everyone wants a better life, more money, more time, more peace. But when it's time to do something, learn, save, or take a risk, most people back away because they want it, but their reason isn't strong enough. You need a why so big that it shuts down every excuse. On days when you're tired, scared, or unsure, that reason will keep you going. Maybe it's giving your kids a better life than you had, proving you can do more than people expect, taking care of your parents, staying healthy, following your dreams, or just refusing to live a boring life anymore. Money alone isn't enough. You need a personal reason, something that feels like fire inside you, reminding you every day why you started. Try this. Imagine your life in 5 years if you don't change. Then imagine it if you do. Which one excites you more? Write it down. Say it out loud. Feel it. When your why is strong, fear gets smaller, doubt goes away, and you find the strength to keep going. Your why is the engine that drives your freedom. If you don't have one yet, stop everything and find it now. Without it, you'll give up at the first problem. With it, you'll keep going when everyone else stops. Step 6. Don't compare yourself to others, respect your own speed. Don't compare yourself, your journey is yours alone. Nothing slows you down more than looking at what others have. You start strong, excited and steady, then see someone your age with a better car, more money, a bigger life, and suddenly your hard work feels tiny. But here's the truth. You see their best moments, not their struggles. The prizes, not the hard work. The results, not the effort. A man named Leon Festinger came up with social comparison theory, which shows that comparing yourself to others makes you unhappy. Comparison takes away your energy, focus, and confidence. Even worse, it makes you chase someone else's life, forgetting who you are, what you want, and what really matters. Everyone has their own speed, story, problems, and chances. Someone's 10th step might be your second, and that's okay. You don't need to be the fastest. Just keep going, be real, and stay true to your path. While others show off their wins, you're building a strong base. While they get distracted, you're getting stronger. That's how you build wealth that lasts. Try writing down things you're thankful for or setting your own goals to stay focused. In short, ignore the noise. Every flower grows at its own pace, and yours is already starting to bloom. Step 7. Build a strong base. Don't skip steps. A rich person's 10th step isn't your first. Maybe you've seen someone buying houses, investing in stocks, or living off money they don't work for and thought, I want that too. But if you try to start at the top, you'll fall before you even climb. Most people make the mistake of thinking they can jump ahead, wanting the rewards that took someone 10 years without doing the first step. That leads to feeling bad, owing money, and giving up. You don't need to start big. You need to start right. Wealth is like building a house. Without a strong base, it falls down. People who own houses today once saved money at the store. People who live off investments once gave up fun to learn. People who are free today worked extra hard to earn it. There's no quick way without a base, and that base starts with managing what you have, cutting small costs, learning, trying, failing, and getting better. Every rich person's first step was learning to handle a little bit of money, turning $100 into knowledge, and knowing that how you think is more important than what you have. Respect where you are. Don't rush. Build it one step at a time. When you respect the process, the rewards will respect you. Step 8. Be clear and stay disciplined. Being clear and disciplined builds wealth. How many things have you started and never finished? How many goals are just notes in a book or money plans you forgot when something shiny came along? It's not because you're not smart. It's because you're not clear and, most of all, not disciplined. Clarity means knowing exactly what you want, why you want it, and how to get it. Waking up with a reason, understanding your money, and knowing where to save, spend, or say no. Discipline means doing it even when you don't feel like it, sticking to your promise when the fun wears off, learning every day, saving even when it's hard, and staying on track when the world tries to make you spend. To help with discipline, try linking a new habit to something you already do, like reading about money after breakfast, or working in short bursts, like 25 minutes at a time. For clarity, set goals that are specific, like saving $100 a month for a year. Wealth doesn't come from sudden feelings. It comes from planning and sticking to it. Clarity shows you the path. Discipline makes you walk it. Together, they're powerful, lifting you from being average, putting you in control, and turning you into someone who does, not just dreams. Feeling lost? Ask, what do I want with my money in the next year? Make a plan. Follow it step by step. Discipline connects where you are to where you should be. Step 9. Focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one thing until it works. Today, people want everything at once. Stocks, a business, real estate, classes, a raise, products, crypto. And what happens? Nothing grows. Everything is a try, but nothing is a win. You've heard it. A person who tries everything is good at nothing. For financial freedom, this is even more true. Wealth needs focus, not doing many things, but doing one thing deeply, with steady effort and purpose. A man named Cal Newport talks about deep work, which means focusing hard on one thing leads to being really good at it. Pick one way to make money, one project, or one skill, and give it your all. Study it like your life depends on it. Maybe it does. Don't follow what's popular or jump around. Grow strong in one area, then add more. Trying 5 things at once means none of them get strong enough to succeed. Yes, you can have it all, but not all at once, not by starting everything together. The key is simple. Do one thing with full attention, planning, and patience. When it works, move to the next. Freedom comes from doing one thing well and letting it help you. As an old saying goes, the man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. Step 10. Be patient. Everything is possible. Everything is possible, but not right away. You can have financial freedom, travel when you want, take care of your family, live without debt, with peace, With time, yes you can, but not overnight, not all at once. Society says it has to happen fast. If you're not rich in 6 months, you failed. But real wealth isn't rushed. It's built step by step. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people, made most of his money after he turned 50, which shows patience works. Wanting everything now gets you nothing. Jumping instead of walking, falling because you're in a hurry. You can achieve every dream, but respect the timing. Planting, waiting, then harvesting. Today, learn. Stop what's holding you back. Spend time on knowledge. Build your base, even if no one sees it. The car, the house, the trips, the freedom, they'll come when your base is strong. Don't compare, don't give up, don't get lost. Be patient with time, but excited with the process. Everything is possible if you wait for the right moment. An old thinker said, "Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet." Bonus insight: invest in yourself. Invest in the best thing you have. You. One investment never loses value. It doesn't care about the economy, doesn't shake in hard times, doesn't need luck, and gives you rewards forever. You. Most people take care of their house, car, phone, or looks, but forget their mind. The one thing that controls everything. Want more money? Improve your money skills. Want better choices? Get clearer thinking. Want courage to change? Make your mind stronger. Invest by reading books, listening to successful people, or learning new skills like selling or saving. Spend time or money on courses or mentors. Every bit you put into yourself comes back as chances, better decisions, and results. Studies show that $1 spent on growing yourself can bring back up to $33. You're your best asset. As you grow, everything around you grows. Where you start doesn't matter. What matters is who you're becoming. Keep learning, improving, and doing better than yesterday, and freedom will come. True wealth starts inside. Conclusion: take action now. You already have everything you need. You just need to decide to use it. With these 10 steps, what's still stopping you? If you've read this far, you have what it takes: awareness, knowledge, and choice. Stay stuck, wait, delay, or start building the life you deserve. Most people will say, "That's nice," and go back to their old ways. But a few will choose to act, try, and commit, even if they're scared, alone, or starting from zero. In a year, they'll look back and say, "That was the moment that changed my life." You can be one of them. Here's your challenge. Pick one step and start today. Maybe read a book about money or sell something small. Come back later and tell me what happened. I know you'll grow, improve, and win. If this helped, subscribe, comment, and share it with someone who needs to wake up. Freedom starts with choosing to never again live a life smaller than the one you were meant to have. Time is passing. Why not start now?